Alright, so technology level dealt with. Next is the, uh, oh, the really, really, really bad part. I mean, I like it as part of the setting, but the part that I get a lot of flack for, or I don't know that I do, whatever. The part that I think I will get a lot of flack for. Uh, and I know, up front I'm saying this, I know that this is bad science. I If I ever publish the game, I will certainly say that up front in the game as well. It's just a way of getting something into the game that I wanted to put in, and it's kind of a silly thing anyway, so the fact that it's bad science hopefully shouldn't matter much. But one of the conceits of the setting is that the ozone layer was destroyed pretty thoroughly, and uh, it and through that, a lot of more UV radiation is getting through to the Earth's surface now, and as a result of that, people have started to mutate. This is basically the way you can have all your fantasy monsters and whatever kind of mutants you want in your game. Just say that they're mutated by the sun. Also, there is another aspect to the sun thing which I will get to later, because it kind of entered later in the course of development, and it fits in another area. So moving on from that to the factions. The factions are all based around different ways that people view the human technology. There are people who just want to study it and figure out how it works and replicate it. There are people who worship the humans, which was basically a carte blanche for the DM to drop in whatever random pop culture references he wanted, which was pretty much a selfish thing because I always do that, even in games where it doesn't really fit in the setting. And so this was a way to stick it in the game as a canonical thing or whatever. I know I'm umming and ahhing and whatevering too much, but I can't really help it. I'm tired. So there are the scientists and there are the worshippers, the Church of Humanity guys. Then there's the Scourge, or the Scourge of Heaven, the Heavenly Scourge, whatever you want to call it. I just call it the Scourge because I don't want to use a long name like one of the long names, but I don't know exactly what the long name will be in the final draft. Anyway, they hate the human technology. They think it's evil. They want to destroy it. They basically function like the Gestapo, and they hunt in my default setting. Again, you can change this. They God, why am I stopping in all this? They control the world. Basically, I've again said, freeform bit, that since it's the Ice Age anyway, it can be set on whatever continent you want. Europe, North America, South America, Africa, whatever. But, at least in the default setting, whatever continent it's set on, the Scourge rules. Because one of the major things I wanted in the game was just the sense of fear and hiding the technology in a very sort of French resistance type feel to the game. You could change it if you want to make the Scourge not in control and do whatever you want with the setting, but that's kind of one of the quote nailed down bits of the setting, is that the Scourge is in charge. But and then I decided in terms of what technology they hate, what technology is okay. Any kind of complex machinery they don't like. Like, for example, one of the funny applications of that was one of the players decided that they had been captured for possession of a pocket watch. It could be anything from a pocket watch to a train to whatever you want. If it's complex machinery, it's something the Scourge detests. And since everybody else is going to have technology and guns and things, and the Scourge won't, of course, I thought, how could they keep up? And my answer was solar scions, which are the other solar aspect that I talked about. Not only did the sun mutate people in external ways, giving them extra arms, making them shorter, giving them fur, whatever. It also turns some people into scions, and they're not like traditional scions. Maybe they have some similar abilities, but it's their abilities don't come from psychic energy, they come from solar energy. Their eyes glow, which is why a lot of them wear sunglasses, but now the Scourge has caught on to the fact that people wearing sunglasses are probably scions, and they start looking at them. Now, why would they care? I said they use scions. They do think that scions are gifted by God, but scions that rebel, which is basically what the players are going to have to do in the default setting again. Because the Scourge in the default setting are the bad guys, any player character scions are going to have to be rebels, and therefore the Scourge is going to hate them and be hunting them. But how scions work, they have glowing eyes, they use solar energy, so you can find inventive ways to use the energy, but it's going to have to be something you can use it for. Like, you could use it to shoot it at an energy beam to burn people, you could shoot it at the ground and use it as kind of a rocket type thing to push yourself up, although that would require a heck of a lot of power. And you could turn it into claws and slice through stuff, or make a saber out of it or whatever. Even just shoot little bullet-like pellets of it. But that's the... And as their power goes down, their eyes stop glowing, or start glowing less. And so, often to hide, they will just start using up energy, like at the beginning of the day, and then by the time they're out and about in society, their eyes have gone down enough that they aren't immediately noticeable. Of course, this means that if they are noticed, they're less powerful, but, you know, it's a trade-off. And they do have normal colored eyes under the glow, so once their eyes stop glowing, they have their regular, you know, blue, black, green, whatever eyes. The Scourge, when they do train scions, they go put them through this ritual thing where they sit in this chamber where light is focused on them, and if they survive, which is kind of rare, then they emerge way more powerful than normal scions who haven't gone through the ritual. And my default, or my current sort of setting for that, is that they're twice as powerful as normal scions are. Of course, as they level up, normal scions can get more powerful, but at the same time that the normal scions are leveling up, the Scourge scions are leveling up, so unless it's a really experienced normal guy fighting a really inexperienced Scourge guy, they're still going to be about assuming they're about the same experience level, they're going to be about the same power level, basically. Now, that may be supremely overpowered, I don't know, I haven't really playtested scions much, and the system itself is very nebulous right now, I haven't nailed down much about it. Now, moving on from the setting to the mechanics, which will be a third part of this, or fourth part now, of this video. I hope I haven't completely bored everyone to tears, which I'm kind of afraid I have.